9 Symptoms of Salt Overdose. Salt has always been an essential part of living. Many countries even used it as a form of currency. And since it was so costly in the Middle Ages, it was sometimes referred to as white gold. There are around 14,000 uses for it now, with food, commerce, and medicine being the most well-known. How can salt harm me if it is so essential and has been around for centuries? It can, however, if you have too much of it. But the question is, how much is too much? We'll tell you at the end of this video. But first, let's look at the list of symptoms of salt overdose. Number 9. Excessive thirst. We all know that humans cannot survive without water. But if your mouth feels as dry as the Sahara Desert, and you constantly need water, you're probably eating too much salt. Salt is made up of 40% sodium and 60% chloride. When you consume a lot of sodium, it dehydrates your cells. When your brain's thirst center receives signals, it will do everything it can to assist your body in restoring fluid balance. Fortunately, you can still do something about it. Whenever you eat high-sodium foods, like chips, pizza, and other junk food, you should drink a lot of water. It's preferable if you do it before eating, and even better to have it first thing in the morning, instead of coffee or juice. Refrigerate your water, so you'd want to drink more of it. However, keep in mind that excessive thirst can also be a sign of diabetes. So just to be safe, it's better to see a doctor. Number 8. Frequent urination. You'd probably relate it to the first symptom. Of course, you'll need to go to the bathroom more frequently if you drink a lot of water. It's inconvenient to always have to race to the toilet or seek for it when you're not in your regular location. It's also annoying when it keeps you up at night, which is not good for your health. You lose calcium when you urinate as well, and when there isn't enough of it in your blood, your body will have to draw it from your bones. As a result, consuming too much salt over a long period of time increases your chances of developing osteoporosis. If you experience frequent urination, it's best to see a doctor too, since it could also be a sign of type 2 diabetes. Number 7. You prefer unhealthy food over healthy food. Most people add too much salt to their meals because everything tastes excessively bland or has no taste at all if otherwise. And when you don't have time to prepare food, you rely on instant meals, such as pizzas, sandwiches, bacon, sausage, ham, and canned soups. You won't even dare try having healthy foods like carrots or broccoli anymore, unless they're spiced up with salt. At this point, you're on the verge of becoming a salt addict. Don't worry, you're not alone in this, and you can still be saved. Try adding strong-tasting spices and herbs to your meals, like black pepper, rosemary, thyme, and curry. Check product labels when shopping, and avoid items with more than 0.03 ounces of salt for every 3.5 ounces of food. If possible, just cook at home. That's how you can keep the amount of salt in your food under control. Number 6. Muscle cramps. How long has it been since you've had muscle cramps? If you can't remember, consider yourself lucky. Salt may be to blame if you answer too frequently or every day, and are not an old person or an athlete. You're certainly in a lot of misery because of that unexpected intense pain. What causes this to happen? Salt contains potassium, an essential element that promotes muscle relaxation. When the sodium-potassium balance is off, your muscles respond by becoming stiff. Number 5. Overfatigue and frequent headaches. You didn't see this one coming, did you? Too much salt can actually cause headaches and overfatigue. We're not saying that after eating a bag of salty chips, you would become exhausted and fall asleep. But overconsumption of sodium can cause dehydration, which then causes headaches and fatigue. We've made it halfway through this list. Have you discovered anything new? To let us know, give us a thumbs up. Keep watching to see how much salt is a good amount to consume per day. Number 4. Kidney pain. Our body's chemical factories are our kidneys. They remove body wastes, maintain fluid balance, and regulate red blood cell production. In other words, they are performing a necessary role, and when you overwork them, their productivity would be affected. A sodium-rich diet can also cause kidney disease. Consuming too much salt, according to the World Action on Salt and Health, might cause an increase in the amount of protein in your urine, which is a major contributor to kidney disease. If you consume too much salt in your diet, you're more likely to get kidney stones. It's recommended to see a doctor if your kidneys are causing you a lot of pain. Most likely, he'll advise you to maintain a low-sodium diet. Number 3. Hypertension. Normal blood pressure should be 120/80 and below, according to the American Heart Association. If your blood pressure rises above this level, and you do not change your diet and lifestyle, it might result in severe repercussions, such as heart disease, a heart attack, or a reduced intellectual function. The excess sodium in your body causes your body to hold more fluid, which then makes your heart work harder. Following a low-sodium diet and eating more heart-healthy foods like nuts, oats, beans, and pomegranate will benefit your heart. The good news is that moderate amounts of coffee and red wine are both heart-healthy. Number 2. Swelling in different parts of the body. Puffiness under the eyes may indicate that you've consumed too much salt. Your body is attempting to neutralize the increased salt by storing additional water somewhere. Your body may also store water in your ankles. If you spend the entire day on your feet, it's typical for them to swell a little. But if not, and the swelling persists, it could be a sign of salt overdose. Too much salt in your diet might also cause your fingers to swell. It's easy to spot if you're wearing rings and they suddenly feel too tight. In the morning, your entire hand may seem and feel bloated. Edema is the medical term for this condition. It could be a sign of a more serious illness or an indication that you need to reduce your salt intake. Nevertheless, always keep an eye on your diet. Number 1. Disorientation. This is the last, and most likely, least expected symptom on our list. Who'd have guessed that salt could have an impact on how your brain works? Research on 1,200 adults conducted in Canada in 2011 discovered a link between salt overdose and brain productivity. Those who consumed more sodium in their diet had a greater risk of cognitive deterioration than those who consumed a healthy quantity of salt. It's especially crucial as you get older to keep track of how much salt you intake. Dehydration, which is caused by an excess of salt in your body, can cause your brain to fog up and lead you to get disoriented. Controlling your food and seeing a doctor are the best things you can do. We hope this information is helpful to you, and hopefully, you'll make dietary changes if you experience any of the listed symptoms. It is now time for the big question. How much is too much salt? Every day, Americans consume over 3,400 milligrams of sodium, which is more than double the recommended amount. The American Heart Association recommends a salt intake of no more than 1,500 milligrams per day. That's a total of 0.75 teaspoons of salt. That may not seem like a lot, but we have confidence in your ability to control your salt intake to this level. Give us a like if you found this video useful, and don't forget to share it with your friends who may be salt addicted. Subscribe to our channel for more informative videos and click that notification bell. Stay healthy.